Mick Tocchet on titles. Mick Tocchet, Pat Micheletti on the Stanley Cup champion momentarily. But 9 to noon asked and 9 to noon received. We had a nice gentleman, kind enough to listen not only to KFAN, but 9 to noon, and execute a talkback that lacked context via the talkback situation. So yours truly politely requested, all right, can you leave another talkback that has some context with this Chris Finch claim that you've made, or this Chris Finch request you've made? And lo and behold, he did.
The reasons to fire Finchy are related to his being outcoached in nearly every series. He gets outcoached during the regular season. His slow to make adjustments, the adjustments he does make don't often work very well. He still hasn't figured out how to get these guys to follow the game plan all the time. That right there is fireable.
And the contextual nature of your talkback has been heard. Topic switch.
5 seconds away. Played out, and the Carolina Hurricanes are the best team in the NHL. They won the 2026 Stanley Cup. It's yours, Carolina, and it's coming back to North Carolina. The Stanley Cup. We got a passenger on the plane tomorrow, and the Hurricanes are world champions.
Pinch me so I know this is real, and just not the perfect dream.
Joining us now,
Mick Tocchet.
Pat Micheletti, hockey immortality in the state of Minnesota, at PatMick2626 via X. The Carolina Hurricanes are champions. Coach Rod Brind'Amour, man, he seems cool. What kind of a player was he, Mick? And good morning.
Good morning to you, and happy World Cup 6 weeks.
Hey.
What type of player he was? The same type of coach you watch him behind the bench. He's fiery. He's tough. He has that mentality of he doesn't care who you are. He's going to beat you type mentality. We're friends after. We're not friends when we're competing. And, call it old school, call it what you want. But, and that instills what he instilled in his players, and they showed it.
They from a trading standpoint, Patrick, they killed Dallas in that Rantanen trade, didn't they? I mean, they got Stankoven and 4 draft picks from Dallas, including 2 first-rounders, and now Stankoven's hoisting the cup. What do you think?
Well, let's go back. I mean, it was Rantanen who requested the trade. Rantanen was not going to re-sign there. So to get Stankoven out of the deal was masterful, to be quite honest. And Stankoven had not hit his peak yet, and I don't think he has even to this day. I mean, he's only going to get better. But he was kind of I don't want to. I mean, he was a prospect, really, to be quite honest with you, and he's just gotten better and better, and was obviously terrific throughout this whole Stanley Cup playoff.
Boy, with Frederick Anderson, the goaltender. Well, I mean, what a grueling run for him. Honestly, He was impenetrable most of the postseason. He gets yanked, like last week, the week before, basically becomes the E-bug, has to watch Brandon Bussey save the series, and he was terrific last night. And his longtime friend and agent, Claude Lemieux, dies within the last couple of weeks, which absolutely devastated him from what I've read. And then Jordan Staal gets the cup, and the first person he gives it to is Anderson. I mean, truly how enterprising and aggressive was that Brind'Amour move, because it was genius, and I can't even imagine what Freddie Anderson's been through the last couple of weeks.
Again, think about that, and I mean, Freddie Anderson got him there, and I had, as I told you at the start of the season, I didn't trust him, just throughout his whole career. He's been either really good or really bad. And when he's really good, he's really good. And when he's really bad, he's really bad. And but that aside, there's no question he got them there. And Brandon Bussey was the first to say, we're not here without him. And he was terrific. And hit a little skid in what you just mentioned about his agent and Claude Lemieux passing. I believe Anderson was Lemieux's first client, and so they had a really tight relationship. And then to get dinged up a little bit, and we don't know what he was going through. I can't imagine. And the thing was, there was no fanfare about who's going to play the next game or that. It was clear. Brind'Amour made the move. It was the right move. And let's not forget, Bussey played a lot of games during the regular season. Yep. So there was not like what are we going to do now type moment for that team. They had all the confidence in the world in them. And listen. It's not like Bussey was great. What he was he made the save that prevented Vegas from taking over a series. So, good on him, and what a moment for him. And great. Obviously great for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Jordan Staal gained 1 million new fans during this cup. I mean, the old guys out there outworking the kids and stealing the show. Okay, cool person, cool player, isn't he?
Well, and that's the tale of two seasons, right? I mean, if you see a Jordan Staal during the regular season, very good. Mm-hmm. Great leadership, all of that stuff. But then you get to that second season, which is the playoffs, and all of a sudden, a player like a Jordan Staal emerges in a star role where he just, took over, knew what it took to win, obviously scored big goals and just, and guys on the bench seeing your 37-year-old captain doing that, it's so big for a team and certainly deserve the Conn Smythe.
Hey, Pat, what about Jackson Blake finding his way with that goal last night, but just kind of the local kid, the Minnesota ties? Of course, I had to find a Minnesota-centric angle on that, but Jackson Blake and what he has provided with this team, with the Minnesota roots to a cup.
Yeah, I mean, you count him out growing up, right? And that's where the big mistake was made. And just in terms of, okay, he's small, and how's he going to play? How's he going to make that jump from college to the National Hockey League? And for him to do, I think he's a 4th round pick, and you don't see many 4th round picks, having Stanley Cup and playoffs in regular seasons like he did. And he's just a hockey player. He grew up, obviously, seeing what his father did and, same type of player. And he just, you get that, bug and that it factor, and how to play, and you watch it and you learn. And that's exactly what he did. And boy, was he, he was terrific. That whole line with Taylor Hall and Stankoven were just terrific throughout the whole playoff.
Wonder if Vegas retains Torts. A full season of Torts might go to grading a little bit, right?
That's a really good question because it was a short period of time. He's a very, very good coach, but it's the ancillary stuff that kind of gets him in trouble and, can, potentially wear on players in a short time like this. I think he was a perfect coach. Maybe he'll do the same thing next year. I don't know. but he's a very good coach who's won a cup, and that's a conversation that will probably go deep, within that organization to figure out what's the next best step. How close are we? Are we a player away? Are we, do we keep on this same mantra that we had with Tortorella, and how far can Get go? It's really going to be an interesting question this summer for Vegas.
Well, a question some Vegas fans are already rolling out. I mean, when you lose a series, you just start hammering everything that didn't go the right way. The decision at some point not to go from Carter Hart to Aiden Hill. And we talked about this last week. Aiden Hill had been on the shelf, I think, since early April, like 3 or 4 games left in the regular season. That was the last time that Aiden Hill took the ice. Now, he's also got some cup cred and some experience that a lot of Vegas fans were thinking this Carter Hart thing's going the wrong way. 4 goals a game through the first 4 or 5, excuse me. What do you think about the decision for Torts to stick with Carter and not make that change at that point in the series?
Well, some coaches are really, really stubborn, and I think making a move at the right time is critical. Obviously, they didn't have the confidence in him, and Aiden Hill did not have a good regular season. And, as you mentioned, he hadn't played since early April, right? And so do you take that risk of putting him there? I guess we don't know if that would have been the change, if that would have been the spark. Maybe it would have. It's always that question that, we all get to question after a series is done, right?
Yeah.
The same thing, you can go back to, when, was it, I don't know, who was the coach? Was it Boudreau who made the change from, back
Talbot?
in the St. Louis series? God, take me back to that. So, from Fleury, when he played Fleury.
Yeah.
Or took him out. I don't know which one it was.
No,
but,
we got it.
Yeah, that was that was Evison, I believe, we had had Fleury, who had been acquired in the spring. Talbot was playing some of the best hockey of his career, but then he's on the shelf for 2.5 weeks, and he kind of just got thrown in as a sacrificial lamb in the clincher for the Blues. Yeah,
but I'm going to offer up. I'm going to offer up a fight.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to offer up a FICA, Fairness and Carter Hart Act. All right, he was giving up 4 or more each game. I get it. I understand the talker. It's risky. 2 months and change going to somebody else. Okay, but if they do, they do. I mean, Bussey supplanted Anderson and saved the series for Carolina. But FICA, Fairness and Carter Hart Act. No matter how tired, fatigued, beaten up, or distracted that young man was or is, he gave him a chance to win last night in a big way.
That's fair.
So it's the newest, biggest game of somebody's life, and he came through. Hey, with respect, Jack Eichel, can you say the same? We're within, the last couple of weeks of you and I talking about ranking Jack Eichel as one of the better two-way forwards in the NHL, and he is, no doubt about it. Holy cow, the last couple of games. Did he become easy to knock off the puck and stymie? So if you, Mick Tocchet, if you're doing VKG or VGK fan line, how are you handling the postseason that just has come to a conclusion for Jack Eichel? Because end of the equation offensively, a guy who can put up a zillion goals and points, he was super easy to stop all postseason.
And a big portion of that, and we talk about him, and he's such as Rod Brindamore says, Jacob Slavin is our goal scorer. And what he meant by that was, if Jacob Slavin does not defend, he's not very good for us, right? And so if Eichel is not scoring, yes, he's a 200-foot player, but he's also counted on to really provide that offense
right
in a big way for that team. And And I credit Slavin a lot for what happened to Eichel in this series.
Right.
Because every time Eichel was on the ice, Slavin was on the ice.
Great point.
And you saw what he did, shutting them down. So, I almost give more credit to Slavin than ripping on Eichel. You know what I mean?
That's a great point.
If that makes any sense at all. Because he was terrific for Carolina.
It's crazy, too, because not that he's ever been like a 55 or 60% faceoff guy. Eichel, even on the dot, was getting dominated all series. It was brutal. He had a game where he won like 25% of the draws, and he takes like 35 plus a game.
And Carolina is so good on the draw. I mean, we talked about Jordan Staal earlier. I mean, you don't beat him on the draw. And that's what excites me about Charlie Stramel coming in, the kid, from Minnesota, coming to Minnesota. He's kind of like Jordan Staal in the faceoff circle. At least he was in college. We'll see how he is in the pros. But the kid's a horse. But you're right. And that's such a big part of controlling a game is winning the draws, and that's why Carolina ended up winning the cup. I mean, they were just so good in the face-off circle.
Glad you like Stramel the way you do. Can't wait to hear you on Red Wings fan line. I mean,
now.
Okay, for the Wild.
Do you know something I don't?
Well, if the Red Wings are going to peddle Dylan Larkin to the Minnesota Wild, Stramel is about 85% to be part of it. I'm just wondering if they're going to ask for Wally, if they're going to ask for Volstead in the Larkin deal, and if they do, what do you say?
I say absolutely no. I mean, he is your budding superstar. That's why you drafted him number one. That's why you waited, nurtured, let him grow, let him mature, and we saw what he did in the playoffs. I think that would be the biggest mistake that Minnesota could make, because if you don't have great goaltending, you're not going to win a cup. Period. Stop.
How much did JoJo leaving the Covenant impact things? He left the state of hockey to play in Sweden.
Well, I listen. I'm one of the few that thinks he adds a heck of a lot of value to this team with his speed, and he's not going to be your 80-point guy, but I tell you what, he certainly contributed to the success of Ekin-Boldy and opening things up for him and giving him more time and space on the ice, which is so hard to find in the National Hockey League. I think he's going to be missed a lot, and who's going to replace him on that line? I don't know. I guess, is that going to be here? There's so many unanswered questions going into this off season for this team. So we're going to have to wait and see how it shakes out.
Lastly, Pat Micheletti at PatMick2626. Thanks for the time today and during the course of the hockey season. When and how and when. And this works with Talkbacks. How do the Minnesota Wild get to the Cup, and how close are they?
Well, a lot of people are talking about Larkin and a number one center and this and that. I'm more for shoring up the D-core. I'm more about looking at the free agents, and I certainly have one in mind, and he just played in the Stanley Cup that I would really go hard after. I think you win with solid defensemen, and when you have Hughes, when you have Faber, when you have Brodin, you need a fourth. And for me, I would set my sights on Rasmus Andersson. You go into next season with those guys as your top four. I put Minnesota right at the top at contending for a Stanley Cup next season.
So you want some size on the blue line, right?
I want some size, and I want some skill, and I want guys that are able to get up in the play. It is so difficult the way these teams check in the National Hockey League. If you don't add a fourth guy to your rush, if you don't have a guy who can handle the puck and free up your forwards, it makes it really, really difficult, in my opinion. And so you can talk about a number one center till you're blue in the face, but if you don't, and we saw that, you look at the game, game 5, Minnesota, game 5, where they lost in Colorado, up 3-0. Well, they couldn't get the puck out of their end, and we're looking at, why didn't Kaprizov and Boldy and Zuccarello and guys like that have a good game? Well, they were in their end the whole time, and if you don't have a defenseman, that can get the puck out of your own end and get it up the ice and free your forwards, well, you're not going to win. And it was evident when Makar got dinged up and wasn't able to play in the Vegas series. What happened to Colorado? They went from being a very fast team to a team that looked, marginal at best, and they got swept. So that's my thinking. It may not be the thinking of others, but that's how I saw it.
Love you, buddy. Thanks for everything during the hockey season, and enjoy the summer. Okay.
Have a great day.
Yep, see you, buddy.
Thank you.
Pat Micheletti, at PatMick2626 via the X machine. That also was our marathon segment, courtesy of Steve's Appliances and stevesappliances.com. 4th of July savings on the horizon. If you use this second-to-none standalone appliance store and purchase something like $599 or more, free 2-year warranty out of it. They have free delivery, free recycling, and guaranteed low prices. And the marathon segments each and every day, 9 to noon, are provided by Steve's Appliances and stevesappliances.com. Check out the website if you need an appliance. Back after this.
This is 9 to noon, live on...
This earlier, but it bears repeating. We are doing big thanks to Mick Ultra. They are a official watch party host for World Cup 2026. We're doing watch parties for all of the USA games and more, as a matter of fact. But you can join me. I'm going to be at Dugarel's in Hastings.
So is Katie Dempsey.
Absolutely. See you there, Katie Bug. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm going to get 9 DMs before the end of the show today. But it's a watch party. USA playing Australia, group stage of the World Cup. The game kicks off at 2 p.m. There'll be games, prizes, drink specials while we cheer for the red, white, and blue. So it's Dugarel's in Hastings this Friday at 2. Come join us, have some fun. Root for Team USA.
We have time for some Wild-related talkbacks on the when and how and when. It's thematic with the Timberwolves. First hour, Wild now. And Vikings tomorrow. For the Talkback Tuesday. When or how do the Minnesota Wild not, go stall to Anderson hoisting the cup, shirtless coach hoisting the cup in the locker room? That'd be great. But like just getting to the Stanley Cup. All right. Won a series. Got that proverbial monkey off your back for the first time in a decade?
Yeah.
Now, next is winning series. But, how do they get to the Stanley Cup and when? The Talkback people have been fantastic at identifying some routes for teams to get there, like the how portion of the equation. I mean, that's the easy part. The when means you actually, even without your name, so nobody will ever know who you are, having the fortitude, bravery, and prescient approach to put yourself out there and say when. Make a prediction. I mean, you'll probably be wrong. Join the freaking club. I've done it for profit for almost 30 years. Don't be afraid to venture a prediction as to when. Wild Talkbacks, and here they are.
Well, as of now, I'm telling.
Yeah, I should have asked.
I have not. I haven't gotten much on the hockey side of things.
Right.
I have
stayed hockey though. That's what they tell us, right?
Well, let's. You know what? We're going to listen to some Wolves-related opinions, and then the hockey talkbacks are just going to fly right on in.
So what you're doing is this is. I mean, you can make in initials fashion or whatever the proper word is. Talk back in training.
Yeah, correct.
Acronym.
The T-bet.
You can make that the acronym if you want.
It's totally my fault too. I should have said something during the break where I felt you just going down the line right now.
No, it's not your fault. It's
boom,
my fault.
3-year window. Boom,
not your fault.
Draft.
No, because I ended the talk it by not saying do this. Because there is a PA in Pavlovian where, if Paul says it, I'm going to do it. I don't mean it that way. Just an opportunity for you to be heard. I mean, think about the opportunities. You're going to have a family dinner tonight about 6:45. You get Billy, Johnny, Christy, Susie, Tamika, and Antoine all around the table.
Oh, yeah.
And then you call up you go to KFAN.com and you find the podcast. And just into the second part of the radio show, there's your talkback.
Yeah.
Billy, Johnny, Christy, Susie, Tamika, Antoine. Everybody gather around the phone or the radio or the computer and listen to Dad's talkback.
Don't you think that would actually, for contentious, there's the jokes at Thanksgiving, getting everybody together and somebody's going to bring up politics. Somebody's going to bring up some supercharged issue or something like that. That would kind of pacify a lot of heated arguments if everyone was only allowed to record up to 30 seconds of something and then just play it with no ability to add any context or nuance to it.
Right. That's what John Justice from AM 1130 has done Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving, and they never ask him back.
I always love that one.
They just never ask him. It's like, what happened? I'll eat the gizzard. Let me in the door.
Oh, let me see here.
So, anyway.
Well, here's a talk back on hockey.
Hey,
PA Nordo. Honestly, I respect Pat Mick's opinion, but I don't know. I think Rasmus Andersson looked a little lost at times in the defensive zone. I don't honestly love what he gives you offensively all that much. So honestly, I do think that they need to shore up a couple defensemen, but I don't think he's the guy. Other than that, I think a top line center would be great. And another scoring winger is what gets this team competing for Lord Stanley's Cup. Thanks.
Ooh.
Hey.
I like that.
Oh, wait. Pat Mick is listening.
Yeah.
Somebody texted me mid-talkback.
Oh, he did?
Thank you. Love you. Tell the talk. No, Mick, we're not doing that.
What about Brent? I'll ask the hockey-loving covenant. I had a buddy call me yesterday chatting about brisket and some other things, and listening to the game at the same time. And it was early Carolina. He's like, you know what we need? We need Brent Burns on this team. That could be our third pair with Middleton, and he can bookend his career. Member of Minnesota Wild, end career. He's been chasing a cup, and it's always been right mix, wrong time from his days with the Sharks, and he's been jumping around with teams, and it's almost they either won it before or just after. Come home to Minnesota and help us hoist Lord Stanley's Cup. Here's another talkback. Hey, see, Wild talkbacks coming in.
The Wild have a window of 4 to 5 years. If they get Barzal or Larkin,
though,
I think they'll be in the Cup within 2 years. They have become a destination place to come to. You can't ever say that about another Minnesota team. But for some reason, that U.S. Olympic gold is such an attraction now with this core.
How and when and how with the Wild and the Cup, and how and like when. And the talkbacks are starting to fly in, which is cool because... let's see. It nearly was 9 to noon entering bit stealing mode.
Yes.
While we await the talkbacks.
We're still awaiting.
All right. Copyright Dan Cole, the common man, noon to 3. Just gonna wait for these talkbacks. I got 90 seconds.
Anytime.
Straddle the bleep out of that break, and everybody makes money.
Abbott's loving this right now. They got got a couple people defending Chris Finch. Okay, I like that. People negative on Wemby.
Wild talkbacks.
Oh, here's Chuck from the capital city.
Let's hear that, Chuck.
What up, PA? What up, Nordo? 9 to noon. Good morning, Charles, capital city. The Wild, they'll hoist the cup next season. They're going to get it done before the Wolves do, most likely. Unless they both can do it next year. But I think the Wild are going to get it done next year for sure. Especially when they bring in that boy Dylan Larkin from Detroit. Let's go. Let's go, Wild.
Let's go.
Have a good day, boys.
Ba, 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 ba. Let's go, Wild. You can always count on Chuck for a controversial talkback.
Oh my gosh.
That's what you do, Charles. You cause controversy from Turks and Caicos to the capital city.
Yes, he does indeed. And that intermission music brought us in a fresh one.
Hey, PA. Want to talk Wild? When I watch this team, I got to be honest, I am not certain what their identity is. Ooh. At times, it looks like they're moving the puck well, and they're getting good shots that way. At other times, it looks like they're hitting really hard and getting a lot of hits, and then everybody picks up their pace. I just don't know what the identity of the Wild is or what we want it to be. Do you have an answer for that?
No, and I don't, and something's happening with my social media feed right now.
Uh-oh.
I mean, all I have is X. It's really all I don't need. But Roy Munson, real Roy Munson, I'm just going to, I'm not going to go back and read everything that's leading to this. Clearly, what has taken place here is there are two people arguing within some form of conversation that I believe started over the weekend.
Okay.
And the strays are just continuing. It's like,
are you attached to it for any reason, or are you just...
Yeah, no, I'm attached to it somehow. This Roy Munson writes, "You do need friends, and it's so very sad." And he's not writing to me, he's writing to the person with whom he's arguing.
Oh, okay. "You
do need friends, and it is so very sad. Also, it takes you days to form a response, and you don't even know what point you were or are currently trying to make. Like I said before, I'm calmer than you."
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I got this sucks. Be right back. Hey. The flight attendant is listening right now.
Aw.
Possible for you to explain exactly why you think American Airlines is dramatically better than Delta? Something you said very early in the... Oh, that wasn't you, right? You were saying American Airlines Arena?
Yeah.
With the Dallas... Oh.
Yeah, it was where the Mavericks and the Stars play.
Seatbelts, please.
Yeah.
Seatbelts, please. This is 9 to noon. Seatbelts are required sometimes because we get a little goofy. And News Du Nord, by the way, is provided by...
The Casino, not a casino. It's important to denote it is the casino at Canterbury Park, canterburypark.com for all details.
You've always been a big Pan Am guy. TWA, Trans World Airlines.
Oh, yeah, TWA for sure. No, I've been riding from Delta, what was it, Northwest prior to? Oh, yeah. No, the flight attendant knows where my flying-related bread is buttered.
Down memory lane we go. I'm sure you know this. You're smart. Or you read. You're well-read. When I lived in the Philippines, and we had to fly from Washington, D.C., it was all Pan Am, Washington, D.C. to San Francisco, and I guess refueling or whatever, and then to Hawaii, and then to the Philippines.
Yeah.
They're the old Pan Am 747s. Well, smoking was permitted on airlines, but on the Pan Am 747s, it only was permitted in an upstairs lounge.
Oh, sweet.
So they had stairs in the 747 to an upstairs lounge. My mom, God rest her soul, would frequent that lounge as we were flying over. Wouldn't let Paulie head up the stairs and see Mom. Wasn't real happy about it. I mean, Chin was quivering. If it happens now, Chins would be quivering. But
so it wasn't just a smoking-centric lounge, but it was age-restricted as well, so little Paul could not roll up there and hang out.
Yeah, well, that's when they were stewardesses.
Okay.
So if you got with the stewardess at that time, it's like, I want to see my mom. Well, they probably would have let me go up the stairs, but the smoke would, like, billow at the halfway point of the stairwell and stuff. So that's down memory lane we go.
Yeah, I always wondered how that worked and what that universe was like. And you mentioned the 747 where you could go upstairs. There were a fair number of flights, if I'm correct, that you would just be sitting in economy.
Yep.
And Ralph sitting next to you.
Ralphie just pounding him.
Just smashing a filterless Pall Mall. And that was just normal.
I'm Paul Allen, you're Paul Mall, and this sucks. At Canterbury Park, we have always been an elite Father's Day destination.
Yes.
Father's Day is Sunday, and we are giving away Lazy Boy recliners after each race. Plus, we have a big food truck festival this Sunday, start at 1 o'clock. CanterburyPark.com. It also is the annual father-son race call, where my son Derek, who's now 25, we started it when he was 17, and it was his idea. He's like, hey, for Father's Day, is it possible that my gift for you is to co-call a race with you from the winner's circle? I'm like, okay. So this will be number 8 that we've done together. And they're racing. All right, buddy, take it away. He does part, I do part, and he brings them home. So that's part of Sunday also. Father's Day, 1 o'clock, Canterbury Park, CanterburyPark.com.
By the way, that is super cool. And it's been sparing moments at times, but just seeing Derek from the time that I've been with you here. Derek on the quieter side, right? Derek would be more reserved, I would say, than you have been, from just being outward, extroverted, verbally, vocally. When he gets on the mic for the race call, man,
I know.
That's your dad's that's dad's son right there. And he is awesome at it. It's so cool that he does that every year.
We transcribed it one year. It was so zany and strange. I can't find the transcription, but remember, it was like, I can't even recall what it was. It was so crazy and zany, the words he used, then out of nowhere, it's like, is everybody seeing this? I'm like, wow. Is everybody seeing this?
Oh, it's so good.
That's Sunday, 1 o'clock, CBY.
Twins won 2 of 3 against the Cards. A couple of high-scoring ones. A 9-8 dub on Friday, a 9-6 L on Saturday. But then 5-4, it was 8th inning. It was Ryan Kreidler. Either one. He got the go-ahead game-winning run there. So the Twins meatloaf the Cards. And now they're at the Texas Rangers, and that starts today, 7:05 p.m. The World Cup is going on. Team USA, Friday Night Lights, handled business.
Freeman, Leah, Freeman, Gio Reyna.
Ooh, that was nice.
This might be one of the best back-to-front team goals this country and this team has ever put together.
Yeah, it was a 4-1 thrashing. For the casuals, not going to bore you with a ton of storylines, but that Gio Reyna goal that you heard there meant something to him. It meant something maybe regarding some drama with a former U.S. team coach. This team just flew by Paraguay, and 3 points and a +3 in the goal differential. Good times for your favorite squad, your country, as they want to get out of the group stage. Next up for Australia, it's at 2 p.m. It's a matinee, 2 p.m. against the Aussies for a chance to win another one and find their way forward in the group. To the Knicks.
One shot for the championship. He got it! 4-point lead, 7.5 to go. De'Aaron Fox across midcourt with 5. Left wing handoff to Wembanyama with 2. Takes a 3 that he misses too strong.
That's the Knicks box.
It's happening, Nick Williams. It's happening. It's been 53 years. But for this moment, it was well worth the wait. A playoff run that'll go down in history and a team that will live forever. Next stop, the Canyon of Heroes. The New York Knicks are NBA champions.
Wow. What about McNizzle. Well, what about Monica McNutt, the analyst? Didn't let her get into the chat, did you?
You know how reporters and columnists are. They want the controversy. They want the negativity.
The Knicks do indeed win a title. He basically told you almost everything you needed to know in that highlight there. 53 years, the drought for the Knicks. A few finals appearances in that stead, all ending in L's. And it's Jalen Brunson, your MVP. Karl Anthony Towns is an NBA champion. The Villanova crew with Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart. I mean, winning a title in college in 2016.
Brunson too, right?
Yes, winning a NBA title together 10 years later. Just a really cool moment for Knicks fans, and whether they're new, whether they're OGs, who cares? Spike Lee, all time. Everybody's partying on the streets in New York today.
And Dante DiVincenzo's like,
all this negativity that's in this town sucks.
I bet you, I'm going to bring this up with P. Fox. He probably was moved, like happy that his dogs were able to do that. It's 2 years removed.
Well, and it sounds, it hurt for them. I've just seen, just smattering of comments from the Knicks. Like, they didn't want to get rid of DiVincenzo. They loved they loved him being in that mix that they were building there. And he had to go, and now he's sitting there on the shelf with the Achilles, and he's watching his dogs hoist the Larry O'Brien. I mean, that's got to be brutal for Dante. So hopefully they're checking him. Hopefully he gets a chance to head out east maybe this summer and hang out with his guys, his former Knicks teammates. And then finally, Cup winners.
5 seconds away. Played out, and the Carolina Hurricanes are the best team in the NHL. They won the 2026 Stanley Cup. It's yours, Carolina, and it's coming back to North Carolina. The Stanley Cup. We got a passenger on the plane tomorrow, and the Hurricanes are world champions.
Pinch me so I know this is real.
Hey, he let McNutt in. Okay. Everybody winning championships not in the state of Minnesota.
We're happy for you.
Michael Russo Radio. He covered the Stanley Cup Final and is in Las Vegas now. We're going to catch up with him around the corner on KFAN.
This is PA.